There's an old marketing campaign called Christmas in July, and they've actually started to bring it back, in which in middle of July you have sales with deep discounts like Black Friday. I'd like to talk about a different campaign, Yom Kippur in July. The last couple of months I've been walking around Central Park and walking around the Rambam, and I've had the privilege to watch how nature comes back to life in spring, and how the turtles and the fish and the birds and the trees, everything is blossoming and blooming and returning to activity. Very often we forget that these are the most powerful moments of inspiration. The Rambam tells us that in actuality, if one wants to learn how to connect and how to love God, you need to contemplate nature. And this is what Einstein calls a cosmic religious feeling. These are moments of inspiration that we very often ignore. I remember when my daughter was 3 years old, and I was walking with her on one Shabbat afternoon, and it was just a wonderful little walk, an opportunity with a father and a daughter to bond, and she looked up at the sky and she said, "Abba, Abba, look, there are clouds." And I recognized at that moment that clouds are miraculous. They are something incredibly inspiring, but we take them for granted. My campaign this year, when we are not so certain whether or not we'll be able to sit in the synagogue for Kol Nidre, is to find our inspiration in July, to look up at the clouds and recognize that each one of them is a miracle.